Okay, Spooky Pinball's Halloween, which I love the movie. I'm a huge fan of John Carpenter. The game, I like it. I don't love the playfield idea, but you know, it's still a fun game. It's still a great theme. I find it interesting that this and Ultraman are basically the exact same game, but since I'm not an Ultraman fan, Halloween will have to do. I do like the game, but I'm going to show you how the PinSnake can handle some of those hidden passageways. There's a lot going on in this little section up here in the back. Halloween and Ultraman are famous for these double playfields up here. So I'm going to show you how we tackle that. There's also, you have two ramps. You have a ramp going up here that kind of hooks around into this wire form. And you have another ramp that comes around. I'm not exactly sure where it goes, but it goes up there. Then behind the house is another plastic area that's covered in plastic ramp that's covered in plastic. Same thing over here as well. Then you have a little dead end shot here, and then your shooter lane and the end lanes. Okay, so starting up here, knock the drop target down. There's a ramp that goes behind this plastic into the second piece of plastic. It's like a box, not a ramp. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean that area up a little bit. And you can see that tilts down. So I'm just gonna feed the snake right into here. Stay inside that box. And over here, we have a little Michael Myers spinner and a little Michael Myers spinner here. And it kind of loops around a lot. So starting here, I'm just gonna kind of push. It's very tight. You can see it gets in there. Just push it under the ramp. But it's very snug. So you can see that the snake can make it all the way through. Just enough to kind of do that. I'm gonna go right to the spinner, clean that part out. I'm gonna snug it back out again. Don't pull it too hard. Sometimes you just gotta, because the ramp is right up against that ball. It looks like the design super tight in there. And then you have another hook shot around here and a hook shot around here as well. So I'm just gonna kind of go this way. I'm not gonna try and make the full revolution here. I'm just gonna kind of get it through here and pop it through here in the spinner just to clean up both those areas because it's just all hid under plastic. And then to the left of the spinner, it goes back here. Just that little channel. So just by, you know, a little bit of scrubbing, a little bit of nudging, you can get around these little areas. They're tight. So I don't want to push too much. And then of course there's this lane here. Again, it's open, so you don't have to worry about that too much. And the second level here, I'm just gonna go underneath here. There's a drop target. It feeds right here. And then underneath here as well. Again, this is all open, so there's not a lot of depth here. This, right behind this, is like a vertical scoop that shoots up, so you can get it from down below. Okay, now you have 3 shots in the center. You have an orbit shot that goes all the way around underneath all this playfield, goes around, and then you have your ramp shot that kind of hooks around to this wire form where, you know, Michael Myers is hiding behind the hedges, and then another shot here. So I'm gonna start with this left orbit shot. There's a plastic bar right here, so I'm just gonna go underneath it, feed it all the way through, and lift the stick up and just get deep in there. Bring it back down, under the plastic, pull it down. And move up the ramp here. Now it's a little bit of an incline, so I'm just gonna start at the top of the ramp and feed it through. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a nudge and a little bit of a crook here. You can see, he kind of finds his way through, right to that habit trail. This ramp shot right up here, and that goes into, I believe, a vertical. So I'm just going to clean up that ramp there. I might as well just clean that plastic too. Okay, for the hedge maze Since it's wire form, you can just clean it just like this. If you want to clean the wire forms and not do it with the hedges. There you go. Okay, now you also have another shot up here, right between the scoop and the dead end, the Judith Myers tombstone. I'm just gonna feed all of you. That's the other end of the orbit that goes from here to here. Now the snake's not long enough to make it all the way through the orbit, but you can just attack it from both ends. And you should pretty much get all of it. Oh, there's also a shot right here to the right of that ramp, which goes right into a vertical. And if you want to attack the vertical, you can turn the snake sideways like so. Push up. And there it goes, up there. Okay, for the in lanes. So these are not your normal in lanes. There's an elevator in here. And that elevator is a flap up, because the way this game works, same thing with Ultraman, whenever you shoot your shot, the ball goes down the subway and then it'll appear here under the plastic. You'll see like a flashing light and it'll just come out into your flipper. Same thing on both sides. Now, most people who play these two games, this and Ultraman, have no idea this is happening. So 90% of the time when you first play it, you will lose the ball because you didn't even see it go bloop. It just kind of fizzles out, and it drains. So this is not your normal way to clean the in lanes. Like, you can't seesaw this because of this flap. Now, there is access. If you come from the top, it will go through. See, I just push it through here. But there's a metal flap in there now. I'm gonna be very careful. You do not seesaw this. You just kind of push through, gently pull back. I'm doing it super gentle because there's a very thin piece of metal there. You do the same thing on this side. Push through from the top and down. And as I'm doing it, I'm just lifting it slightly. Give me a little pressure. Bring it up. If you encounter any resistance when you're pulling it back out, stop and then reassess. Okay, for the out lanes, I'm just gonna come in from the top. The difficulty bumpers. Now, that little nub is there, so you can't go back and forth. You just gotta stop here and just clean that area. And the same thing on this side. Okay, for this shooter lane, there's a mod here with this giant. I don't know if this is a mod or if this is actually the thing. There's a big knife here, a mirrored knife. So I'm gonna feed it down below the knife handle, so it's resting inside there. Just gonna slowly push it along, trying to lose the stick. You can see it's right below the knife. Go all the way up as far as you can. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm just gonna slowly come out this way. Sorry, hit the camera. And that's pretty much it for Spooky's Halloween, or Ultraman, whichever one you have. It's not a bad game. I do enjoy it. I wish it was a little more old school. Like if it was like a 70s type game or a solid state, I think I might enjoy it more. But overall, if you have one, be proud that you own one.